YouTube. What's up, baby? We back once again. This is Cali, and you are now tuned in to Q's Insight. Bah. Um, Man, so we back here again. Today, I wanted to talk about Star Wars Vision Season One, baby. Um, decent series. I want to break it down into two videos. There's 9 episodes altogether for this first season, so for this first half, I'm gonna talk about the first 4, and then the second video I'll talk about the rest of what's left, and give my full grade for the series as well. In each individual video, I'll do the grade for each episode that I cover. But yeah, man, Star Wars Visions. Let's dive into this real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. So we got episode 1 being the duel. This episode was probably one of my favorites. I love the fact that they started off so strong. You know what I'm saying? The way that the style of this episode was crazy. Kind of was like a game, and then kind of like, you know, CGI-ish as well. Like it was kind of hard to explain, but it was a really creative look to it. But episode had a little bit of fighting, cool little story. You know, you got a city or a town, whatever you want to say, and they're basically being bullied by, I guess you could say, what's left of the Empire, or the Empire, however you want to say it. And they're pushed to a point where they don't want to take it no more. So they end up standing up for themselves, and I can't believe that their leader is a little kid, bro. But that was pretty funny. He's dope though. Like he's like, yo, like I'm about it, bro. Like forget all the, I'm not here for Barney. I ain't here for Teletubbies, bro. Like I'm here to be the ruler, to be the king, bro. Like we gon' thrive. You feel me? Like under my rule. And I was like, all right, bro, look at you, bro. Little man, you know what I'm saying? He ain't afraid to do nothing, you know? So, but yeah, you know, they try to stand up for themselves, and, you know, they kind of do a good job, you know, fighting against the regular soldiers, as they have soldiers themselves as well. But then, man, you got a Sith come out, and, a female Sith, which is cool. Like we haven't ran into many female Siths. You know what I'm saying? I think we kind of had like one or two. You know what I'm saying? So far that we've seen on cartoons. No movies yet. I don't think. Nah, yeah, no movies yet. Um, so it was cool. It was cool for that. I like that. I appreciate that little move. Um, but man, she came out, bro. She wasn't playing, bro. She, you know what I'm saying? She started taking people out. Her lightsaber was dope. Like I like the little style of it, you know what I'm saying? It's a single lightsaber, but then she puts it inside of like this little it kind of looks like the top of an umbrella, and so when she sticks it in, like all the little holes around it is, you know, little mini lightsabers come out on that part too, so she can kind of twirl it around like umbrella, and like, you know, either fight you like that, or, you know, block incoming lasers real quick, bro. So, you know what I'm saying, she starts doing her thing, and then we were introduced to a character in the beginning, where in which, you know what I'm saying, he's just kind of chilling out, you know, drinking and eating and stuff like that, and chilling with his little robot or whatever, and he has this old villager, you know, cooking and everything like that for him. So, you know, in the midst of all the fighting and everything like that, he's just chilling, eating or whatever, da 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 da. But when things got really bad, like when a Sith hopped in, he was like, you know what, to the old timer, he was like, yo, like make sure, you know, this is done, and by the time it's done, you know what I'm saying, like I'll be back type stuff. And so I was like, okay, this dude, he, you know, he really with it, you know what I'm saying? He's really bold or whatever. So he goes and he basically confronts the Sith, and right before they start to fight, you notice that his lightsaber is red. So you're like, yo, like is he Sith or like what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So they have a epic battle, bro, and real epic, bro, real epic. And then towards the end, you know, he had a situation where in which he tricks the Sith to follow him down to his little house or whatever, and within the village or like this little, yeah, I guess you would say like where he resides. He tricks the Sith to come down there, and when she comes in, she thinks that um, this statue is him, but it's not. So she goes and stabs the statue, and he comes out and bah, you know what I'm saying, gets her. So it was a nice little thing, bro. Like seeing like the little samurai situation with the lightsabers, bro. That was cool. That was real cool. Like I really appreciate that, bro. Like, so you know you got that, um, and then it turns out like it seems like he's like a Sith hunter because he had a whole bunch of crystals, and like before he like you know went to go do his stuff, he gave the little kid that's the head of the village. He gave him like one of the little that's the crystals, the kyber crystals for like the lightsaber, but it was a Sith one, it was a red one. He was like, yo, like keep it, and you know this wards off evil. So I was like, okay, like yeah, that's cool, that's cool. So the episode was cool, bro. Very strong episode. Out of 10, I get that one. Bro, I'm gonna get that one. I'm I'm gonna give it 9.5, and the only reason why is because I think it should have been longer. All these episodes should have been longer, but forget it. Like you know, what I'm saying that was one of the strongest episodes. I'm gonna give it a 9.5 though, only because it wasn't longer. Everything else was great about it, no complaints for sure. Um, and then you had episode 2, bro. Uh, Tatooine Rhapsody. So this was very different actually. It was a situation where in which the you have a band and they're rocks. They're rock stars. You feel me? They're kind of building up their name. Um, each individual in the band is different. You know, you got like a robot. You got this alien that's 3 people. You feel me? So that was weird. It had like I don't know. It was weird, bro. It's 3 people. So um, and then you had kind of like this slug character, which is basically supposed to be one of the Huts, like one of the Jabba the Huts, like family members or something like that, or just one of his cousins, or just a distant relative. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. And then you had the singer, and the singer was like a he was like an apprentice for the Jedi, but I guess something happened when he was learning, and I guess like maybe his people got killed, and I guess he wasn't brave enough to fight back or whatever, but it ends up being that he is found and kind of per se saved by the slug character, like the Hut character. So, you know, that's how they built their relationship and their friendship, and then you know they're in the group together with all the other characters. So you don't really learn too many of the other characters' backstories, just mainly the Hut character and also the main singer guy that's like a Jedi, ex Jedi, whatever you want to say, or ex Padawan learner. Um, but this episode was pretty cool, bro. I know a lot of people are not gonna like it. It's gonna get some hate, whatever, you know what I'm saying. But the episode wasn't bad. Like I think that you know anime, um, just anime in general. There's a lot of categories for it. You feel me? You got like your fighting anime. You got your sports anime. You got your just everything, bro. Like school, like school anime types, like stuff like that, bro. Like so, there's all these different avenues for anime. So I'm not gonna knock this episode for being like mainly just about a band. I thought it was different. I thought it was cool, and I appreciated it for what it was, bro. But you know, you have them um, rocking out, and eventually Boba Fett comes and he's there to take in the Hutt character because Jabba the Hutt wants has like a he either wants the Hutt character Jabba the Hutt either wants the other Hutt character to join his ways, or he wants to like kill him for something. I can't exactly remember, but um, the guy's like, no, I don't wanna go work for Jabba the Hutt. Like he's horrible or whatever. So, they get into this big old fight, whatever, and then eventually, they're run down to a point where, uh, you know, Boba Fett's character basically takes in the Hutt, and he takes him to go see Jabba, and he takes all the rest of the band members with them, and they they wanna save their friend, but they just didn't have the ability to save him within fighting. Like they had to save him in a different way. So their idea is to put on one last performance, um, for the crowd and for Jabba the Hutt, and try to see if they can sway them to liking them and stuff like that. So basically what they do is they have one last performance on Tatooine right before a pod race takes place, and they rock out, bro. They do it. The song was cool to me. Some people may not like it, but the song was cool. It's like it definitely was like anime-ish. So like you watch animes, bro, you hear these theme songs and intro songs and ending songs to them, and they pop, bro. They pop, like whether it's in English or like Japanese, whatever you want to say. Like they just I like them, bro. So um, but they rock out. They're a crowd favorite, you know what I'm saying? So the crowd, yeah, we love you. Go another song, whatever. And so the main character is like, first of all, his mic is a lightsaber. So as they're performing, you're kind of like, yo, are they gonna start to like fight to save this Hut character, or are they just gonna do something else? So like ends up being that they just wanted to perform, and they wanted to sway the crowd. They wanted to sway Jabba, and they did that throughout the performance. Jabba's tail was bouncing, so he was liking it. You saw Boba Fett, and he's just so he was liking it. The crowd was of course liking it. So they went over the crowd, and basically at the end, the main singer, he's like, yo, like you can kill my friend and you can take us out as well, but how about you do something better, and we're gonna be rock stars, and why don't you just basically rep us, and you know be have ownership to the best band in the galaxy, and so he was like, you know what, like I think there's something to that. We gonna sign you, you know what I'm saying? So that was the end of it, you know what I'm saying? So they basically uh, saved the day by singing, and that was something different, but it was cool. It was cool. So for that episode, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. So it wasn't a bad episode. I definitely liked it. I know people are not gonna like. Not everybody's gonna like it. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but for me, I appreciated it and I liked it. So that was that one. And then we got the twins. Um, the twins was a cool one as well. It basically is another situation where you have twins like Luke and Leia. But for this situation, they were created by the Empire, and they were created like I think they were created with the Kyber crystals, like the dark side crystals, or just created by the dark side, either one, or by the Empire, whatever you want to say. So um, their whole thing is to work for the Empire and do their deeds and stuff like that, and basically find the kyber crystals, so that way um, they can remain on top of things. So you have the twin that's a girl that ends up being the bad one, and you have the twin that's a boy that ends up being the good one. Um, and so basically they end up finding the kyber crystals that they need, and so the girl is like, where's my brother? um, you know with this last stone we can rule the galaxy, you know what I'm saying, the way we're supposed to. And you end up finding out that the guy twin, he didn't that's not what he wanted, you know what I'm saying. He didn't want to rep the Empire. He didn't want to rep he didn't want to rep either sides. He didn't want to rep the empire or he didn't want to rep the good side or the bad side. He just wanted to just live. You feel me? So the republic and the empire was not in his mind at all. He just wanted to live. He's tired of choosing sides and fighting for this person and fighting for that person, when it should just be like, you know what I'm saying, we just do what's best for everybody and we just live. You know what I'm saying? So he basically fought against his sister, and he fought against the people that were on the ship, because this is taking place on the ship. So he fought against the people that was on the ship, took them out. His sister comes out. They have a duel. They fight, and she ends up pulling out the crystal, and she's like, I'm gonna take this. And he's like, dude, just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Please don't do it. Like, this can really, like, basically kill you. And so he shows her a vision, and it's of her taking the crystal and the power being too much, and she's gonna die. And she's like, you know what? I don't know how you did that. I don't know how you got that power or whatever, but I don't believe you. I'm strong enough to take this crystal in me, and I'm gonna do it. And so she does it, and there's nothing that he can do to stop her. So when she does it, she basically becomes stronger, and they continue their little epic battle, and they're fighting on the ship, on top of the ship in space without no helmets. It's crazy, bro. So whatever, we let that slide, but they're fighting, bro. Eventually gets to the point where the vision becomes true. The power overloads in her, and she's like she can't take it. She's just sitting there screaming. And so the brother's like, you know what, I gotta save her. So he ends up getting a plan together with his droid, and it's basically to go hyperspeed and turn the lightsaber, like, I don't know how, this is the only time I've ever seen it in the cartoons, but the lightsaber was like long and big, bro. Like, I was like, when did lightsabers be able to do that? You know what I'm saying? But they were able to do it. So he speeds right there and cuts the ship in half, but right as he's about to pass her, he makes the lightsaber turn smaller, and it just nicks the kyber crystal that she's wearing, like, right on her chest. And then she's freed from it, and then he just goes on, and he ends up being on a planet like Tatooine. It must have either been Tatooine or a planet like Tatooine. And you have him just basically standing up on top, standing on the ship or whatever, and or his little X-wing or whatever, and he's looking at the suns, kind of like reminiscing how Luke had that famous scene where he's looking at the suns of Tatooine as well. And he's like, what is our purpose? And da 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 da. And he's like, like, I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna find her. We're gonna do this together. Like, you know what I'm saying? So obviously, he wants to get back with her and turn her to the good side, or just turn her to be, not repping the Empire or the Republic. So, but that was a cool little episode, bro. The fight in there was cool. I like the little story. But I'm gonna give the episode I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. So it wasn't a bad episode at all. So then we get to episode 4, the village bride. This episode was pretty cool. I felt like it needed more time. Like, you get development of characters, and you understand, like, the characters as well. But I just feel like it just needed a little bit more time with the characters. But for what we got, it was cool. Like I said, you basically get the whole picture. But you have a village in which they thrive and they do what they do, but they're overseen by it's not even like really the Empire. It's kind of like a gang, and they come back every once in a while, and they basically take something from them. And so this time it happens to be that they're going to take the leader, and the leader is a girl. Their father is super old, so he's not the leader no more. So the traditions are and the torch is passed down to his daughter, and he has 2 daughters, but I guess one of them is a little older or whatever. So she becomes the leader, and the other sister is just part of a part of the village or whatever. So And also the female leader, she's married, and her you see her husband, she's with her husband all the time or whatever. So basically they have no choice but to give into these per se gangsters, uh, and so she's basically preparing to leave with them on a ship because they're gonna come back down to pick her up, and I guess they're gonna take her husband as well. So I mean, at least that would have been cool. At least she wouldn't have been alone. But that's the way that they do it, to where in which they don't, destroy the village or anything like that. So they come back eventually, and then there's a female Jedi, and then there's like a hunter, and he's like a male or whatever, and they're talking or whatever, and they're like, basic the male Jedi, the male bounty hunter is trying to get the female Jedi to basically help out the village, but she's like iffy about it. But towards the end, she sees the village and sees the people and understands their pain and stuff like that. And even her master had like roots within that village, so I think it kind of swayed her to kind of come to grasp, like, hey, I gotta help these people out. So, that's what she does. She ends up destroying all the gangsters, and with the help of the male bounty hunter as well. So, she basically helps them, and they basically free the reign of the people that were there, because they were being reigned over by those gangsters for a while. So she takes the gangsters out, and so they're free to do what they want at that point. And so it was a cool episode. Wasn't bad. I'm also gonna give that one 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, I'll get an 8.5 out of 10. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. But that's the first 4 episodes of Star Wars Vision. If you guys seen it, let me know what you guys think. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'll be back for a second video of the other 5 episodes. But until then, hope you guys enjoyed. This is Q's Insight. I am Callie. Till next time, baby.